Death is a reality, an inescapable reality. It doesn't, we have to sometimes change, or we have to sometimes refresh our outlook on it. It's scary in the sense it's unknown to us. So we feel that, we don't know. But death in and of itself is beautiful, as shocking as that may sound. But from a perspective, you see, it is into a dimension that is a different dimension, an existence that exists beyond this consciousness, pure consciousness. So those people certainly are in a better place. Yeah. It's difficult. Somebody said, how does one embrace death? You see, it's coming to terms with, I love, there's a clip, I shared it once, of Robin Williams, where it's a clip from an extract from a clip from his, what was it, Patch Adams, Patch Adams, an amazing movie, a must watch. Robin Williams was such an amazing soul, such an amazing soul, honestly. And I feel that he had so much hurt within him that people like him, they are such empaths that they can't see other people in suffering, that they spend most of their lives keeping other people happy. But he didn't, I guess, the darkness within, maybe he didn't deal with that in his own way, because eventually he took his own life. Obviously, he must have been grappling with that, the shadow within. See, wherever there's light, by default, there will be a shadow. And yeah, but that, he has this clip in there where he says, when he's having to present to the panel, justify his kind of clinical practices, and they say, well, what if somebody had died? And he says, well, what's wrong with death? He says that, why can't we treat death with some dignity, with beauty? And he says, with, God forbid, even humor. And it's such a powerful quotation. And I think part of the problem is people have scared away, frightened away. And I get it. They're trying to say we're trying to keep things in balance, but they've made everything about punishment and torture and fire and brimstone and, snakes and serpents and scorpions and suffering, and that people, the poor souls, are petrified of, one, people are scared of death anyway because it's the unknown. Even if you don't believe in a God, you would still have a fear of the unknown. It's part of your fitrah. And I actually feel that deep down within our souls, we know death. And it's that, and that's that fear of it's uncanny. It's a familiar yet unknown. It's a familiar unknown. And this is why it causes a turbulence, a disturbance. And I think this is why many people, when they are on the path of consciousness, and people through mindfulness and through other measures, they experience an ego death, where they actually come face to face with the death. And it is, I guess, in its moments, it's terrifying. But the strange thing is that, when that happens, it's familiar. Like, it's death, but you know it. It's like, I know this from before. It's really strange. Allah says in the Quran that وَهُوَ الَّذِي يُمِيتُكُمْ ثُمَّ يُحْيِيكُمْ. Like Allah, He أمتنا اثنتين, that you gave us 2 deaths. وأحييتنا اثنتين, that Allah mentions that He grants death, then life, then death, then life. Many people have then pondered over those verses, that what does that mean, that He grants you 2 deaths and then 2 lives. And there's so much written on these, that, but the point is that in that, those who experience that, there is a deep, long forgotten, but a familiarity in, you see it. And then the strange thing is, people who experience that then tend to lose a fear of death. So they either embrace it, or they at least don't have that kind of fear of it. Yeah. Allah has hidden many things as secrets for us to discover in this world. I think death doesn't need to be viewed gothically, gruesomely. It's just a passing from a dimension to a dimension, and to a more purer dimension. And the consciousness continues. It doesn't kind of end.